Okay, we're going to be building the Emerald. The Emerald starts out with our 5-zone individually pocketed inner spring made by Agro in Germany. We got about 800 coils in a queen size unit. We've already got our rails attached here, and to glue those we use the same water-based adhesive that he's spraying right now, which comes out of that box up there. And this water-based adhesive we actually glue to the outside of every single coil, and then we put the foam against it, and once it dries it's impossible to separate there. So that gives you a nice firm sitting edge, and if this bed's on an adjustable base, well, it'll bend nicely and nothing will ever come apart. Now the first thing he's doing after that is he's applying some more adhesive to the bottom of the coils, and we're going to be flipping over this thermal pad. This thermal pad is a nice stiffening material. It also keeps the mattress nice and square on the bottom. So once we flip this over, this will provide the bottom surface of the mattress. Put the staples in with just a little added insurance to keep this thermal pad attached to the bottom of the mattress. So now we're going to start building the top of the mattress. It's going to apply a layer of the water-based adhesive, and we want to make sure we get some adhesive on the edge of the foam and on the first row of coils, so that when we put our foam down, our first layer, comfort material, that there's a nice seal here. That way when you're sitting on the edge, this will never come apart. This is all part of our process of how we take more time to build our mattresses. Most mattresses are mass produced in big factories, and they whip them out as fast as they can. And they would skip this part where you would have this be glued. So we don't skip it because we understand our mattresses are going to get sat on. And also, a lot of our mattresses do go on power bases, which means they're going to end up going up quite a bit, up and down, a lot of pressure there. And that's why we never have any warranty issues, especially on the edge when you're sitting there. Our edges never come apart. So the first layer to go down on the Emerald is a 1-inch flat foam. So we're going to line that up. Going to use the flare staple gun again. And that'll drive the staple down in here, and it flares out. Once it fires, those staples go from being just straight like this. Once he drives them in, they flare out and they hold the two pieces together. So get the corners knocked down first, and we'll come back and do the straightaways. We drive the staples down so that they're definitely imprinting into the foam, so they're not loose. And once this adhesive dries, which our water-based adhesive takes a couple hours to dry, but once it dries, these two layers won't come apart, which is what you want when you're sitting on the edge of your bed. You want to know that everything's very strong in there. Next layer to go down is the lumbar pad. That's a firming pad that we glue into the center third of the mattress. The reason we do that is because everyone's body weight is centralized in the middle of the body. So we're going to have more weight when we lay on the mattress. There's more pressure that always goes to the middle versus the head, the foot. We're lighter on that parts of our body. So in any mattress, you're always going to have more pressure in the middle. Some people call this posturizing it. Basically, we're adding more support there where you need it the most. That's a standard feature that we do with every one of our adult mattresses. Sometimes down the road on a comfort adjustment, a customer will have us add this to a mattress. Maybe it'll be 6 years old, 10 years old, whatever. And with our lifetime comfort guarantee, labor is always free. So if we go into your mattress and add something to make it a little more supportive, we'll just charge you for this material here, which in this case, this is $6. That's $6 for a lumbar pad. And you'd be surprised how much more support that will add to especially an older mattress where, after 10 years of laying it, it's going to be a little softer in the middle. This just stiffens it up a little bit. Of course, we can make a bed softer too down the road. That just usually involves adding more layers of foam. The next layer of foam we're going to be adding here on the Emerald is our convoluted foam. Now, all these foams that you see here, we're talking about the edge, the top layers, they're all 1.8 pound density foam. We're the only mattress company in America using all 1.8 pound foam. Most other companies are using 1.2, 1.0, a lot lower density foam. It doesn't necessarily feel any different on a brand new bed, but a 1.8 pound foam, which we use, is going to hold up against body impressions for much longer. That's important because when we lay on a mattress, we're laying in the same area for 8 hours at a time, and we're compressing that foam. So the higher density foam that we use is going to withstand better than pretty much anything else on the market. This layer of foam, because of the way it's shaped, it gives you a softer feel. It's better airflow underneath you, less heat buildup, but mainly it's a softer feel because of those peaks and valleys. So we're still, instead of using a lower grade foam to make the bed softer, which is what most companies do, we're using a higher grade foam, but because of the peaks and valleys, it gives it a softer feel. Alright, the top layer that goes on is our quilt. And what that is, it's a quilted cover, stitched together, and inside of it, basically like a blanket, inside of it you got 1.8 pound density foam and fire retardant fiber and breathable fiber. So you got a nice breathable material directly under the fabric. That's why you're never going to have a problem with heat buildup in our mattresses. We're going to attach this quilt down using a little bit of adhesive so that it doesn't ever shift on you. Also, if you're going to use it on a power base, we don't want the middle to bubble up ever. So we're going to glue that down a little bit. And now this can be removed later. We're spraying a little spray glue here. That's not a permanent bond. It's you can take that off. That's why we use it pretty lightly. But it's just enough to keep it down. Then after this, we'll sew up the bottom cover, which will go on the bottom, and it'll be attached to a border material, which we will then sew to this right here.
So we got the bottom cover on here now. We're just about ready to start tape edging. We're going to tape edge this quilt to this bottom cover to give it a nice congruent feel. Sonny's now filling out our fire retardant book. It's our quality check, ensuring that this mattress is fire retardant and there's no skips in this fabric right here. We use a wood pulp base to get to our fire retardant instead of a chemical spray, much safer for the human body. And with everything, we sign our signature to this tag before applying it to the edge of the mattress.